Hello, everybody, and welcome to Politics for the Soul, episode 8. I am Immigrant-1.
And I am Immigrant-2.
And today we're going to be talking about the taxes Congress ordered, the taxes the state of New York ordered, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and the Mueller report.
Let's do it.
All right, Ed, let's talk about the taxes. Should Congress get Donald Trump's taxes? What do you think?
Yes.
Why do you feel that they should? I mean, if he doesn't want to release them, then he shouldn't have to release them.
Well, see, he's not like us. We're not in a position of leadership. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be exemplary. He's supposed to show that he is a leader and that he's able to give us, the people, pretty much not everything, but what we asked for, which is just.
Yeah, but I mean, what will his taxes do? I don't get it.
It can show anything. It can show fraud. It can show
it's
inconsistencies with numbers.
Fraud, that's for sure. It's definitely going to show fraud. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
That's why he's been fighting tooth and nail not to release him. He's like,
he's biting his nails, man. Yeah, that's the way his hair looks.
They're just dragging him and they're like, "Oh, look, you're gonna have to show your taxes, motherfucker."
You don't notice every time he gets caught in a lie, his hair moves to one side,
no,
to the opposite side.
Yo, by the time he finished being president, he's only gonna have like a few little strings left, I think.
He's gonna have little dreadlocks coming down,
Oh my God! But yeah, I think Congress should get his taxes because it's a good point. Is that the president can be compromised.
Definitely.
He might have conflict of interest. I know that the conservatives say, oh, it's a witch hunt, they're going after him, whatever. But it's fair game because he wanted to go after people,
right, without
having any kind of evidence or without having any kind of reason to go after them. But here you have a man that Congress has determined has a legitimate reason.
I mean, think about it. I mean, everything around him that he touches is not turning to gold. Is actually getting people in jail or pending to go to jail.
Yeah, but
that tells you a lot of how he does business and with whom he does business with. So I think we as the people, it's time for we the people to ask, what's going on.
To me, what I'm asking is, why is it okay for the conservatives to give this man a pass?
Exactly.
Like, why is it okay? You know what I mean? I'm beginning to sound like Adam Schiff, right? It's not okay.
It's not okay.
That's right. That's my boy right there.
What was his name? Buddha Judge.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, why is it okay for them to give him a pass?
Hey.
You understand?
I have no idea. I would say, well, we know there's corruption. There's money. It's money. It's greed. These corporations are there harvesting. That's what they're doing.
So what the conservatives have put in the present now, that if a Democrat was to ever get presidency, whatever he did before he was president is obsolete.
Right.
So if this Democrat created fraud or defrauded the government, I guess they're saying, okay, well, look, it was okay with us for Donald Trump. It's going to be okay for any Democrat that comes along and breaks the law. It's going to be all right because the Democrats then can throw a blind eye and say, hey, look, you didn't investigate this. You arbored Trump through the whole presidency.
No one should be empowered like that. Right.
So, but they set the standard now. So I hope that the Democrats are taking a play from their book and use it wisely. Now the state of New York is going to pass a bill to obtain his state taxes in case this fails in Congress.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so because the state taxes mimic the federal taxes.
I get it.
So I don't know. But anyway, I think that Congress should go for it.
Definitely.
I think that he is hiding something in there, whether it be, of course, obviously, it's going to be fraud. But
we know that for a fact
already. What I don't know if it's going to show that he has ties to Putin or Russia.
True.
Any international interests, but I do know it will show fraud.
There's something there, definitely.
Yeah, I just know it will show fraud. You know what
definitely.
I mean?
And they say by the fruits you know them. And look at his fruits all around him; they're rotten.
Yeah, well, look. He said he know all the best people he was going to hire, but look at the amount of people that he has been firing, the amount of people that have been quitting. It's ridiculous.
I mean, he's just because you disagree with him. It reminds me again of a dictatorship where you can't say one thing against his ideology, because if you do, what does he do? He ousts you out. That's it.
Not only does he oust them, this is what gets me. These are good people that have had reputation, have worked in the communities, have had policies or whatever it is that they've instilled. If they don't agree, he just ruins their reputation.
He does. He tarnishes.
And then they have no choice but to fend for themselves. Write a book, whatever it is, because they're like, look, you ruined my reputation, so now I got to fend for myself. I'm not going to go down like this.
Do speaking engagements.
Yeah. Hey, look, he's a liar. You know what I mean? The bottom line.
He's a liar.
But, it was like we were talking before. His voters are not going to move. Because his voters are so ingrained
in his ideologies.
Bottom line, in his ideology about immigrants, that it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So this is where the people that have the scruples to say, hey, look, it does matter.
It does.
It does matter. We need balance. This is totally unbalanced. Because even when Obama was president, it was balanced.
Right.
There was balance. You understand? Even with the Republican obstructing him for 8 years.
Well, badgering him, creating lies.
And they did that masterfully. They did that masterfully.
Oh, yeah. They wasted millions.
Oh my God. They badgered Obama from the very beginning, and they used the media, the social media brilliantly. That's what I give the Republicans a lot of credit for. They learned, I think they became the masters of disinformation, and that's where Putin actually got his playbook from.
Right, it's a propaganda.
So now you know.
Sleight of hands,
and look, we need the taxes. This is the American people's decision, unanimously with the Democrats.
That's right. But it's funny because the Constitution says we the people. You know what I mean?
We're a republic. Everybody forgets that we are a republic.
Yes.
All politicians, I think, have forgotten that we are a republic.
You know what ruined everything? Pretty much, and we know it. Really quick synopsis here is that what destroyed everything here for us and right now it's greed for money. We've allowed corporations to go into wolves and in sheep clothing to go into the White House. Do favors. Let me wash your hand, you wash mine.
Well, that's what's happening.
A lot of favoritism, a lot of favors.
Well, look who's running the office.
Greed.
Look who's running the office. Think about it. These are all billionaires, millionaires. Why would these big billionaires and big millionaires want to run for office making $400,000 or $200,000 a year?
Exactly.
And then say, "Well, I'll donate. I'll donate my earnings." You understand what I mean?
Oh,
this is bullshit.
Earnings what?
It's bullshit. Their salary. But it's bullshit because why are you there? You understand what I mean? You're there because there's special interest for you. There's self-interest for you.
Oh yeah.
And it's and I'm telling you, this election is about the rich versus the poor.
Yes.
This election,
that's true,
is about corporations versus the republic.
Reminds me of imperialism.
Yes. This election, is about the few rich people to control the mass republic of people.
Right.
And for me, the people who have scruples in the middle, forget those who have those ideology of white supremacy and bigotry and who hate. They're enraged with so much hate that they'll vote against the interests of the entire country just because they want to be superior to someone else.
Well, that's why they call him the elite rich, right?
Exactly.
You know. So.
Well, Trump calls the Democrats and the other people the elites. He says, we're the elites. We got better cars. We got better boats.
Wow.
We got better houses. Woo. I'm like, you know what?
It's okay, because every time he speaks, he puts a noose around his neck.
Nah, he doesn't. He
doesn't? You think so?
He doesn't. The American, the WASP, the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
Every time you say wasp, I'm thinking of an insect.
No, that's exactly the WASP. The white Anglo-Saxon Protestants are the ones running this show right now, and people got to wake up to it. This is a WASP ideology that's been around for many, many, many decades.
But you're right about the Democrats. I noticed that the awakening has to hit them hard.
Yes.
Because it's hitting the people. The people are starting to understand and see things that are happening that are not culture or comfortable, But the Democrats have to use special strategies, man. They have to know strategies. It's Democrats like a bad football team going against an elite football team. They know the strategies because they've been doing it for many, many moons. And the other ones got their hands in the pocket trying to figure out what strategy we use for that. And they're doing good a little at a time. But this footstep. Look, the Democrats got to
be behind someone like Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders is no nonsense. Tell it like it is. Get in there and just say it.
Yeah.
Don't political sugarcoat it.
Or jargon.
Don't give me the political correctness stuff.
Yes.
Just go ahead and do it. Be genuine. Be authentic.
It's like a banana. Just feel me the right way, baby. Oh, doesn't sound too good. I always use bad metaphors, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I mean.
I get it.
Okay. Okay.
But let me tell you, we need the Democrats to wake the freak up.
Wow.
And really do it, okay?
Bling,
really
bling.
do it. No nonsense. They have to go no nonsense, full-fledged.
They have to be aggressive, man.
And I'm talking about not just the Democrats in Congress.
No.
I'm talking about Democrats nationwide.
Yes.
I'm talking about the Democratic states
our
that
community,
can do it.
And our community representatives.
Everywhere. The Democrats
hold them accountable. Let's do
it. They need to stand up. They need to stand up against this tyranny.
Get
they need to
communities
stand up
involved.
against this corruption.
Yeah.
They need to stand up against this conspiracy and vote this mother Fletcher out of the office.
Yeah, this Fletcher is doing damage as we talk. Yeah.
Now, let's talk about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Cortez, I'm loving her. What's going on?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, though they complain about her being too raw.
Right.
But I think that is the beauty about her, that she's authentic.
True.
Right? And this girl, regardless, they say, she doesn't have any legislative experience. The point is, you don't need to know how to legislate.
Right.
You just need to listen to the people.
You have to have a heart for what you want, passion.
Exactly.
And I see it in her.
But here's what she's doing right. Again, you have to listen to the people.
And she's very bold.
And you have to listen to the people. Again, I'm going to get to this point.
Go for it.
Because legislation is a translation of the people, what they want.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah.
See, so you don't need experience to legislate. You just need to know what your people are asking of you in your district. And then you turn to the people who know the legal, your legal counsel in your office. Right. And you say, this is what my people want. I want you to translate this into legal terms.
But don't you think that's a forgotten way? I mean, that's a great principle to have, right? She's doing the right thing.
Exactly.
Because she's being the voice of the people.
And that's the problem. That's why the people in the Democratic Congress right now, the Democrats, need to stand behind her, need to take notice and say, this is what the people want. Somebody who's going to be honest, bold, and to the point.
Right.
Period. Someone who's going to listen to the people, not the special interests, not the lobbyists that are in there.
True. Oh, they're there.
Okay.
Galore.
So Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Fox News is busy with her, man, trying to tarnish her reputation.
Slice her and dice her.
They're accusing her of what they call
mismanaging finances, creating LLCs.
Sounds like Trump. They're describing Trump and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
I know, right?
That's what they're doing. They're trying to get Trump and picture, somebody. Well, you know why they're picking on her, right?
Because she has passion, and
it's not that.
And she speaks very well too.
Fox News, there's no more Obama,
so they don't know who else to pick on.
They need to pick on a Latina now because Obama, the black man, is no longer around to pick on.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
In Fox News, they loved it because all the people that watch their channel are white supremacists, neo-Nazis, bigots.
Right. Back in the moonshiners in the back of the trees. Yeah.
You understand? So they have to appeal to their audience.
That's true. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
And they love it.
And they're so consumed with Cortez because she resembles the truth.
Right.
And yes, we know Fox News does not like the truth.
Not at all.
So
every time I go on, like let's say I pass it, right? And I go on, let me see what they got to say. It's always a negative things towards the Democrats or Democratic candidates that are running. You know that we have the most in our time in history, the most Democrats running for president.
Yeah, 16 Democrats, right?
Right.
Well, look, Obama last night made a good point saying, if you're going to run as Democrats against Democrats, you got to try not too hard to kind of bang each other out where they're so damaged that they can't run against the opposition.
That's a correct thing. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So if they're going to argue and Democrats are going to run, they got to run on policy, not personal attacks.
Right. I'm trying to figure out his name again. Buttigeg. Right?
Buttigeg.
Yeah, they've been giving him great props.
Well, that's gonna be my guy, believe it or not, man.
Yeah. I'm getting very close to that too. Very, very close.
The guy, listen, he's the first openly gay guy.
And he's very outstanding. Like
he's an outstanding fellow
in the forefront.
You know what? To me, he represents what America currently is.
Yes.
To me.
Yeah.
It's a society that is.
It's a melting pot.
It's a melting pot. Whether you're gay, straight, whatever it is, you're still accepted in this country.
You're a citizen.
And let you and God then decide on your soul.
Exactly.
Whatever it is, whatever you believe, whether you believe that gay is a sin, whether you believe that it's not, it doesn't matter.
Right, it's not our place.
That's right. We gotta love him either way. That's what the religion says. But yeah, that's gonna be my guy. He was mayor at the age of 29. I think his name is Pete Buttigeg.
Oh, that's what.
I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Well, I heard Erin Burnett, which is a sweetheart for me, at CNN. She said the same thing, but she said it Buttigeg.
Buttigeg?
Just like we.
But it doesn't spell Buttigeg.
I know, but that's the thing. Everybody's trying to say remember he said just say Buddha and judge or whatever.
I think I saw something.
But I think it's Buttigieg or something,
Buttigieg,
right?
Yeah.
I don't know. See, that's the part that gets to be. I'm like,
can you imagine as president, Mr. Buttigieg, Putin?
I love yellow Putin.
I love Putin. I love Buttigieg. So that's like, what the hell? Buddha, but that's the I think I'm getting closer to Buttigieg.
Here we go again, right? I'm trying to keep the man, from laughing at the name.
He should know. I mean, there's people. He was he served in Afghanistan. He's a veteran.
Oh, that too. Wow.
Yeah.
So
he speaks 7 languages. He's a piano virtuoso.
That I heard as well.
And he was voted into mayor at the age of 29 in South Bend, Indiana.
Wow. That's
so Mr. Buttigieg.
We need good. We need these young people.
To me. And I don't know. And you know what I like about it? He articulates his idea very well.
And that's what exactly. He's in the forefront when he speaks. He makes a whole lot of sense.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? In not old-fashioned sense, not overly modern, but he hits the rights of the people. He talks about the rights of the people. As a people, we have a lot of rights.
But You're right.
The tea is great. I don't even play it.
So let me ask you this: you being a religious person, how do you oppose that he's gay and a president? How do you get the evangelicals to accept that?
Well, okay, you have the, which happened to me. I'll be honest with you. There was a time where you follow these leaders, and these leaders had particular prejudices because of the because of the Bible saying this and this and that. And don't get me wrong, everyone has the opportunity to know God and the opportunity to change, but it's not for us to throw our will upon that person. You got to change or badge them or throw stones at them or whatever. Jesus did not go around doing that. So I believe that evangelicals would have to accept it.
Yeah, but don't you think that's a little hypocritical? Let me tell you, and I'm going to put the contrast together, right? Mm-hmm. Here you have the first openly gay guy.
Right.
He's running for president, right?
Right.
Who has a better stellar record professionally from a political standpoint than the current guy that we have in office now. He's a better role model to me.
Oh yeah,
than the guy that we have in office now, Trump.
But that's the thing. We're not supposed to be looking at his personal life or what he does.
But that's the problem. So now the evangelicals who support this devil Trump, to me,
oh yeah, that's another thing.
Because he's gay.
Right.
That's a sin.
Right.
But yet him touching women's private
or speaking
or paying porn stars for cheating on his wife while his son is sleeping in the bedroom,
greed
or corruption and fraud, everything that the devil represents,
they accept. Exactly. Well, that's how you know who's the no, that's why you know the genuine article. You know what I mean? There has to be love first.
Evangelicals don't know about love.
No, they don't. They're very...
Especially those Alabama people.
No.
The ones that dance with the snake.
Just get my shotgun so I can hold the snake and see if it bites me a little bit.
You know what I mean?
But no.
They're the people, the moral people of the principles.
Right,
you know?
but that's where...
Which is bullshit.
Well, that's where you get all this... it's really mythology. For them, it's a myth. It's a tradition. So they're following that. That's why I always used to talk to sometimes pastors and evangelists, and I used to always say, don't you think that tradition, right, it's dangerous for us?
It is. Well, think about it. If we would have still been living in the era of Moses when Jesus came,
they would have stoned.
Jesus was a radical.
Right.
Exactly. They would have still by tradition, right? Isn't that why he got? Because he was a radical. He was a liberal. He was a progressive.
Right. Jesus sat with all. That's the first thing that they despised him, because he sat with all types of sinners.
Wasn't the people he chose killers and and murderers and rapists?
And I'm speaking this, and there might be someone that follows Jesus that'll say, "Oh, you're wrong. You're compromising the truth, sir."
Oh, well, they can freak off and listen to something else. You know what I mean? Shit.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I look at him as a person. I look at him as someone that's able to go forth and help America and help us, help the American people. Right now, we're suffering, man. Our health is up here. We don't know what's going on. They already have the pre-existing laws that doesn't allow you to get medical care because it's pre-existing.
And the people that are listening out there, I'm telling you, the Republicans want to take away your Medicare. The Republicans want to take away your health care. Don't listen, man. These people ran on saying they're going to protect pre-existing conditions. Now they want to eliminate all those things from Medicare and Medicaid. Don't listen. They say one thing and do another.
Exactly. Okay? I mean, you have children that right now, while you and me speaking, that they can't get the therapy or the cancer therapy because of that, and then they want to eliminate more in pieces of the Obamacare and the Obama, the way it functions, towards people that don't have any type of insurance.
Yeah, you know what gets me though? That these people, what is wrong with helping people? Like, what is wrong with it?
They have no compassion.
They give the corporation trillions in tax cuts. Trillions.
Oh, let me tell you.
You understand? Trillions. Just wasted. They said that the corporations were going to give people raises and bonuses and bullshit. You know that so far, out of all the corporations in the nation, okay, only 400 have said that we're going to give people bonuses.
Wow.
And remember, bonuses.
I remember that. You told me.
Yeah, bonuses are temporary. Bonuses are not permanent.
No, they're not. No.
You understand? What they should have done was give people raises.
Yes.
And you know, so they can earn a living wage, as Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has put so elegantly.
Right, and you're talking about billions. Yeah, she said to put it back into the people,
Exactly.
right? To put it back into the
what's wrong with
communities,
that?
And
you know, the Republicans, the conservative have got their principles all twisted.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you know, if you look at the way society is, whenever you see homeless people and you see the homeless situation grow more, you know, the percentages. When you see sick people that have no insurance and you see the percentages grow more, you know, where they can't get the help, where charity care is at the top already with funding, you know, and they're trying their best, you know. You have the archdiocese, you know, like in Cranford, you know, helping the mentally behavioral mental health, you know, and they're always lacking. So how can that be, right? Which it tells you someone's up on the top doing something.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, they're stealing the money.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's what they're doing.
Like, oh,
that's what Trump is doing. They're stealing all the money. They're saying, okay, you know what? Look, I get. You know, they have this concept saying, you know what? We don't need government taxing us so that they can give it to the other people.
Yeah, that's...
you understand what I mean? We don't need government telling us to give it to the other people.
You know, I heard of something like that before.
You know, that's the Republican mantra, right?
Yeah.
I don't want the government to tell me what to do.
Right.
But yet they want to tell people what to do.
Yeah.
They want to tell people how to vote. They want to control people and women what they do with their uterus.
Well, isn't that a dystopian attitude?
Oh, come on,
That's
man.
a dystopian attitude.
Listen, the women, the men, the gay, the LGBT, whatever you want to call them, you gotta vote this man out of office. It's
Definitely.
frustrating. This is the most frustrating era of our history in America.
Yeah, the power of the vote. And it's frustrating. I mean,
really is,
we have
man.
enough stress as it is coming home from work, you know, just coming home from work, and you have these single mothers that are trying their best to get their education, but they're being limited and they're giving because of the fundings or whatever. Be it free, be it not free, her paying her way. It's getting harder and harder to make your family, you know, grow and prosper in not only financially, but even in health. You know what I mean? So it's time for us to use the power of the vote, definitely.
Well, you know, that's where Obama used to say the top 1% earns more than the bottom 99%.
Yeah, and it's like a big shoe right on us.
That is tremendous, you know.
Yeah, that is.
And, you know, here's the, you know, we're a Christian nation. I'm not a Christian, okay? Well, I don't believe in religious stuff, as you know. For years, I've told you I don't believe in religious.
But believe it or not, there were some of our, you know, we call them forefathers because it's a tradition to say that. But let's say you have Thomas Jefferson, you have John Hamilton, you have all these people. You know, some of them were just people that believed in nothing. They just believed. Some believed just that there's a supreme being. But the thing was that they had the humanitarianism in them. You know, they were human decency, and they were human decency, and they were very common with the people, and you know, it's an amazing thing to get together and come up with such an establishment, isn't it? Right. For someone to come and try to destroy it right in front of our faces, like tearing a piece of paper that's important, you know.
Look, to me, we're a Christian nation, and I don't see that in our behavior. I don't see that in how we vote. I don't see that in our current administration.
That is true.
I don't see that in the current Republican and Conservative Party. Do you understand? I don't see Christianity. Right. What I see is, for me, the devil at work.
True.
That's what I see. Because how can you say you're a Christian and hate people?
Right.
How can you say you're a Christian and not want to give health care to the sick? how can you say you're a Christian and because of a few lousy dollars to corporations who are making billions in profits even before the tax cuts?
Yeah,
you understand what I mean?
Sometimes even trillions.
They were look. Them corporations were behemoth before the tax cuts, and they became gargantuan after the tax cuts.
Yeah,
you understand what I mean? So you're okay with corporations making endless amounts of money.
Right.
You understand what I mean? And how could you as a Christian in good faith say, you know what, we can't help, we can't be human, we can't feed the poor, we can't help the sick, we can't help mothers who are single to get an education so they can move on forward. How can, it's not about just giving a handout.
Right.
And that's how the Republicans see it.
They see it that way.
To me, it's like, look, give a hand. You understand what I mean? Not a handout.
Right.
And people will respond in kind.
Right.
Because when you make people productive, you understand? And and you got to look back at the Bill Clinton era.
Yeah.
Everybody was productive. The economy was doing great. He gave Bush a surplus.
It's like a wheel.
But what did he do? He put people from welfare to workfare. He gave them the resources, the education that they needed in order to create them, take them out of just
poverty,
the streets
take them out of poverty,
and so they can have a working, earning a living wage at that time.
Exactly.
You understand? I mean, they say Reagan was better, but see, you got to compare apples to apples, right?
That's true.
Reagan's economy was a total different economy. Reagan's economy was an inflation economy. All he had to do was monetary inflation, so increase interest rates, and inflation comes down.
So that when the next president comes, he keeps doing the same.
So that's why it started flourishing. So he added 25 million jobs in his presidency.
Wow.
Right? But it wasn't that he did anything. There was nothing wrong. I mean, you know what I mean? It was a monetary issue, right?
Right.
When Clinton came in, you understand what I mean? Remember, he had inherited the war.
Right.
So now he had to do policies. So Clinton actually instilled policies that worked. You get what I'm saying?
That's true.
You get it? So the policies that put the people who were at the bottom that Reagan left behind, Clinton uplifted.
That's a fact.
You get it? Yeah. And then Bush comes in and squanders all of the surplus that Clinton has left behind, puts the country back into a deficit.
Back into a war.
2 wars, right? And I understand the World Trade Center thing,
right?
But we had 2 wars that we had for 8 years. We went into a crisis, right? They didn't collect enough taxes to pay for 2 wars and stuff, but the tax cuts Bush tax cuts.
Right, and the lives that were lost, their young lives.
Exactly. So all these things happen. Now here comes Obama. Okay, Obama inherits a 10% unemployment number. A crashing car industry,
right?
A crashing house industry, foreclosures up the wazoo. The construction company, the insurance companies are failing.
I remember.
You have banks failing. You understand what I mean?
A lot of people I know went out of business. Insurance.
The Republicans' response to that, let it crash, and the market will take care of itself. So what they're saying is to let us go back to the 1929 crash that crashed the market when people were standing in lines and the Great Depression.
Right.
That's the Republicans' response to Obama was let it crash. Let it crash. It's going to take care of itself.
True.
But the Republicans are forgetting that during that time, they did the big New Deal, which they funded government in order for people to have jobs. So they stimulated the economy in the same way Obama did it.
Right.
The only difference is that Obama had to stimulate it in order for us to at least break out of the brinks.
Yeah, remember when he was criticized for his surplus idea that he had.
But here's what the Republicans, this is where the Democrats are stupid. The Democrats don't brag about their accomplishments.
Right.
Okay? They look at it as a bad thing. But if they go back, it was a good thing. Because actually, from the bailout, the taxpayer actually made money.
Yeah.
Because when the banks paid back all that money, they paid it back with interest.
Ooh.
Okay? So the banks paid up all their debt, And the taxpayer actually made money under Obama.
Look at that.
But the Democrats don't taunt that.
They don't. Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? The Republicans just did a massive, just keeping everything grim. So as you have unemployment that went from 10% that he inherited to the economy recovering, right? Save the car industry, ended 2 wars, catch Osama bin Laden. And when he leaves Trump in 2017, he leaves him with a 4.1 unemployment.
True, and he says 3.8 is the best.
And 3.8 is historic, huge.
Had nothing to do with it.
And
to bring it down, yes, but
either way, that was already in the trajectory.
Right. So
it's not something that he put in place.
Right.
You know what I mean? The only credit that he needs to take right now is the tax cuts that they gave corporations,
right,
and the refunds that they're not giving the taxpayers anymore. Mm-hmm. That's what they need to take credit for. And that's what I give them credit for. But anyway, what about the Mueller report?
The Mueller report's another situation where it's ours. It's our taxpayers' paperwork over here. We want it. We want to see it. Right. We want to hear it. What's going on?
The Mueller report belongs to the American people. We paid for it. We want it.
That's it. We want it.
Congress should have it, whether it's in the sealed meeting, a private, high, what they call that, high classified meeting, but the public needs to know.
Exactly.
All right, the public needs to know. The Mueller report, I don't know this guy, Barr, he is harboring Trump. He is a little mouse. Okay, he's a weasel. I don't like it. I demand the report to be out. It belongs to the public. I think Congress should go after, subpoena Mueller, whatever they got to do to bring it to light.
Yeah, because it can be just it could be verbal, and it can be
that's right,
because they don't want to give it up so we can know what it is, right?
That's right,
and read it to us. So let's get Mueller up there and have a talk.
Yeah. I think they should come out with the Mueller report. It belongs to the American people. I don't know if you remember back in the Clinton era. Clinton was impeached by Congress.
See that? I never put mind to that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Clinton was impeached by Congress because of the Monica Lewinsky thing.
Right.
Okay? And an affair with an intern. Because he lied to the FBI about the affair, it became a felony. Mm. So the Republicans who ran Congress at that time, all they did all this impeachment stuff because of the scandal and the lies to the FBI, okay, was just to embarrass him.
Right.
Nothing else. It was all political. It was just to embarrass him because this was an affair. You know what I mean? It's not like this was Russian spies or Chinese spies or insecure servers or nothing like that. You understand what I mean?
Right.
It was an affair. He hid an affair. He didn't want to tell the FBI. He lied.
Right.
Okay? That's why they didn't have Trump testify to the FBI, because they knew he was going to lie. So here's the thing. The Republicans made the CanStar report public right away, within 2 weeks. Right. It was already in a book for people to buy.
Man.
Okay?
That I remember.
But it was all just to embarrass Clinton. It had no basis of a crime.
Well, they wanted to discredit him to a point where let's just do what we got to do to dice him.
And here you go, Trump. No matter how many lies he says, no matter how many people in his things lie, or he met with Russians, or like Adam Schiff says, it may be okay for you that your president met with the Russians, but it's not okay for me.
Exactly.
It may be okay for you that the president's son and all his people lied to this Congress, but that's not okay.
Right.
You get it? The Republicans are okay with it. The Republicans are okay with breaking the law. The Republicans are okay with obstruction, conspiracy. They're okay with corruption. They're okay with fraud, as long as you're a Republican.
Well, they should reference them as the untouchables, right? They want to be untouchable. Like they think they're untouchable.
Yeah. But I say, Edwin, they need to release that report.
Yes, they do.
They need to make it available to the public. And they need to release it to Congress.
Yeah, it's time for us as the American people to understand what's going on, with these leaders that say what they want to say, do what they want to do, and impose these bills, these laws and everything that makes the corporations uplift and grow more and more, like you were saying before.
Exactly.
In other episodes, that we have. It's like it's a corporation. We hired, actually not hired, but we put someone up there that's a corporation.
No, but you're right. He was hired by the American people because you know it's all the taxpayers. It's all the taxpayers that pay for all those salaries up there. It's not just Republican tax money that goes up there.
Right.
It's all of our money, so we all have a say. You understand what I mean? Well, Ed, that concludes our show.
Definitely.
And again, we have the taxes. Release them. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Number
2 thumbs up, baby.
Yes.
Continue to do it. You're number 1.
Keep going on. Yep. We got your back.
And the Mueller report belongs to the American people. We need to have it.
Always.
Okay? So again, I'm Immigrant-1. Welcome to Politics for the Soul, episode 8.
And I'm Immigrant-2.
And guys, if you can, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for our channel for upcoming episodes. Thank you so much.
And we appreciate your time with us.
Thank you. Have a blessed day.